Okay, got this Ravin R29 out, and seen on the forum where some people were talking about a new crossbow model that's out by a different manufacturer, reading about it and all. They seem to like it and all, pointing out some of, maybe it's got all the features, you know, and there's nothing to dislike about the bow. Well, there is something I dislike about it, and I've not even used it, okay? I'm just going to share with you what this bow right here, since it is a non-reverse limb bow, okay? Which means it's narrow out here, okay? Whereas the reverse limb bow sets like this, limbs, you know, would be on the other end of the bow. So what does this setup right here, being so narrow, now this bow is uncocked right now, okay? Which means anything that I hold it up close to, like, for example, I'll tilt my head back, maybe this come out of the camera, like here, okay? I can fire this bow. If it was cocked, I could fire it, no damage, okay? Even there, okay? Now imagine if that was a non-reverse, if it was a reverse limb bow, I couldn't make that shot right there, okay? Now this is a small post here. A person probably wouldn't want to put a tree stand on something that small, which means it would be bigger. Now, when we look down on the ground here, your platform or your tree stand in the air is only going to be so big. So when you're deer hunting, you don't know how a deer is going to come. They sometimes come the way you want, but what happens if one comes up behind you? You stand up in your tree stand. If you step over, you can only step over so far, okay? You know, you can't step out here on thin air, so you have to step only so far. Now you've got this tree here. You raise this crossbow up to shoulder it. Well, you've got to get by that. You got to hold this bow and touch the trigger on this bow to kill that deer, but you see what you run into. This bow here is no problem compared to some Excaliburs I've used, and then I've never even hunted with a reverse limb bow, but I know what you can run into with it just by looking at it, okay? So when you raise this bow up, the widest point is here and here, and then out here, the bow, when it goes off, see, it doesn't grow from a cocked to an uncocked position, or a cocked to a fired position. It doesn't grow as much. It grows a lot right here, okay? It's going to grow a lot at these points here. So when I shoulder this bow like that, cocked, okay, I can make that shot right there. I can stand up in my tree stand, peek around that tree, and that old big buck's looking at me, kaboom. Now that means a whole lot to me, because I hunted with an Excalibur. I had some shots that I couldn't take, and I even had a shot that I took one time, and I thought I was being careful when the limb grazed the tree. I mean, just touched it, okay? Knocked the bark off of it, and it twisted that crossbow in my hand when I shot, and I didn't kill no deer. I didn't touch it, okay? About a little measly 25-yard shot. So this design right here, hunting out of a, like, a 2-man stand or even a 1-man tree stand. Now, shooting out of more controlled situations, out of nicer hunting houses, okay? Some of these $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 hunting houses, it's a little more controlled. Plus, you can be back in one of those shooting out a window, okay? You don't even have to have the crossbow necessarily out the window to shoot. Okay, of course you wouldn't want to shoot your tree house, and you sure wouldn't want to shoot a bolt into something and have a ricochet come back on you with that broadhead on it. Could cut your throat and kill you. So I just thought I'd bring this up. Some people may be wondering, you know, you see these different designs and you're like, well, what does it do for me? Well, if I was young again, now I'm getting old, but if I was young again, I was climbing these trees with these climbing tree stands and with these ladder stands, this would be the design I would be after right here for sure, okay? If I was more of a mobile deer hunter versus a permanent, maybe these more fancier tree houses that these people puts up. I just thought I'd share